think with no offense, but people who are in the IT realm, they are the geeks, right? They are the nerds. They love machines, and that's all. That's the only.
He wanted always me to read more English, talk in English. That's where the convent school and everything came in. Times of India मेरे लिए आया था घर में.
क्या बात है?
Person is so interested in performing arts, and उसका everything was towards science. So yes, there's a difficulty when it comes to delegation. Having more people in the team, and I mean, how can somebody do a session like just like me?
Exactly. Your counselling is more on the emotion. Welcome. आज का सफरनामा थोड़ा खास, थोड़ा कुछ लोग होते हैं जो मन के बहुत करीब होते हैं. So this particular सफरनामा is of this husky who is very close to both Salil and me. Binal, Soni. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much, and you actually made my day.
So, as you know, we started Safarnaama through a different twist, through a different tangies, and we've gotten this entire podcast jazz. So let's get on to it.
Awesome.
So, Binal, मुझको बताओ, what makes Binal?
I think the drive, where generally I don't have days where things kind of are low. I'm generally very charged up.
Yes.
Doing things and getting things done.
Which is why I'm saying कुछ लोग जो मन के बहुत करीब होते हैं, because I see a lot of me in her.
Yes, absolutely, and I also see a lot of me in you. Where it is about slow stagnancy, that's what irks me. I'm not generally who is sadness cannot hold me for a very long time. I have to move, do something about it and get over it. Secondly, it is also about the commitment. That okay, when I have said it, I will do it.
Salman.
एक बार बोल रहा तो फिर किसी की नहीं सुनती. Yes, that is definitely it.
So इतनी strong character में, how does education and how does children and how does parenting, this entire, when you just said that sadness does not hold you for long, I'm sure even fools don't hold you for long. Or so वो वाला, how does this bring about all together? How are you able to get this?
So somebody very dear told me that there is nothing like a bad person. There is a bad behavior, and it is just about there is something which is actually not making them think straight. So I think that's where I perfectly fit. Because when I can see things straight, I can help them see the things very clearly. And it's also about moving out and making them think for themselves, making them more independent. Parenting is a fun journey, I think. Fun, definitely. But we learn things on the way, and nobody's perfect. So it's just about parents जिसको लगता है कि हम काफी चीजें नहीं कर पाते.
Right.
It's just about letting them know that you guys are doing great. Just a tweaks here and there. It's going to have a fantastic equation between everybody.
Excellent. So, मुझको लगता है कि as a career counselor, or education counselor, or academic counselor, whatever that you like to call yourself, you are like the best example, because you have very qualification of what you started off. Engineering.
Masters in computer application.
Masters in computer application.
Yes.
Yeah. वहाँ से आपको how did that journey happen from being this to being the founder of EduCompass?
So बहुत बार ऐसे लगता है कि we don't want to do this. बहुत बार ऐसे लगता है यार क्यों करना है ये, क्या reason है, the why is not clear. And that exactly fell towards me, where I understand मुझे नहीं पता मैं ये क्यों कर रहा है. And इसका भला कर रही हूँ, ये भी नहीं पता. So there was no change which I could see. I could only see hard disk of my computer filling and adding more storage और कुछ add नहीं हो रहा था. So it was just about thinking that where is it going and how long I want to take this further. Having said that, also it's answerable to you, your kid, that what is career all about? Is career only for money, or is it also something which makes you get up from the bed even on a Sunday morning and it's fun to go to work?
Absolutely.
That's where I found I felt that कुछ shift करना चाहिए. And that's where I figured out exactly मुझे करना क्या है. Anisha helped me understand that this is what you belong, this is where you belong. A lot of training happened. पहले तो I was totally in denial.
कि ये मेरे बस की बात नहीं है.
Two poles apart.
Yeah, I think with no offense, but people who are in the IT realm, they are the geeks, right? They are the nerds. They love machines, and that's all. That's the only affair.
Yeah.
And you have humans. And young adult humans.
Actually, and like there, if you have coders, things cannot go wrong, right? And it is asked for you.
Correct.
And here, there is nothing in your control.
Absolutely.
Very logical, very strategic, very planned, structured profile. Something which is very uncertain. You have said something, may have 10,000 ways of understanding it, whereas the computer has only one way to understand it. And that's where, things kind of, I learned. It is, and actually it did not take a lot of time to learn because it was there with me. Where humans really attracted me. I was the happiest when I was planning amongst people. When I used to plan events in my office, that used to be the most joyful time. So that's where things kind of started coming together. Where I understood that okay, people is where I should be doing things. Kids, I came to the understanding that मुझे बच्चे पसंद है, तो लेट बस पता चला. I enjoyed play. Okay, if you want to explain me something, it has to be in a very fun and playful manner. I always had kids at home after having my daughter. So it used to be, I like noise, I like cheer, I like
the chaos.
And everybody's doing something or the other. And that's what I understood. मुझे बच्चे अच्छे लगते. बहुत छोटे बच्चे मुझे पता नहीं. It's a little difficult to kind of look at them as a counselor. More motherly feeling आती है.
अच्छा. I thought.
नहीं. But yeah, when it comes to getting them right, that thing comes in a little older kids, and kids were there at home. I used to plan a lot of parties and all of that. It used to be so much fun, and that's why I understood that I really like people, and also like more than people, I like kids.
Right.
So it was a great time with them, and that's where gradually.
That's where the switch.
That's the switch.
That's where the switch.
Yeah. Additionally, being from a very humble background, education was something which was ingrained in us. कि अगर पढ़ाई नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला. Then you're gone. And only education can, uplift and save you and make wonders to your life. So education हमेशा था. Dad, being from a Gujarati background, he wanted always me to, read more English, talk in English. That's where the convent school and everything came in. Times of India मेरे लिए आया था घर में.
क्या बात है?
हाँ, लेकिन उसमें से मैं खुद ज़्यादा कुछ पढ़ती नहीं. By the time I used to leave the house, he पकड़ा देते थे कि आपको आज पूरे दिन में पढ़ना है. By the time I used to read the railway station, maybe I used to drop it in the auto or give somebody to read. I used to have Bombay Times and a bit of Times Ascent, तभी आता था education.
Yes.
क्योंकि तभी पढ़ाई में कुछ ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट था नहीं, तो मैं देखती थी कि कुछ तो
और क्या
कर सकते. And that's where I understood मुझे education तो was there. It was like पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा. Even it could be academic career, it could be a skilled career. Anything, but you have to do something.
Something around this.
Around this you have to do. So that's where समझ में आया कि it has to be kids and education, and that's where career counselling came in.
Wow. How did the name Edu Compass came? It's a very.
Oh my God! Don't. I mean, we started in. I just started. पहले तो मुझे दिक्कत हो रही थी कि start कैसे करें without a name. But I just started under being the counselor at Bliss, and it just COVID में शुरू हुआ था in 2020. So it just took off, and COVID came in as a blessing because online था, I don't have an office and everything. So all the people who knew me as a counselor at Bliss, and that's how the things kind of moved towards Educampus. Educampus का नाम हमने रखा on 10th of July. Okay, that is quite a long time.
And you remember dates like that?
Yeah, I remember the time also, but that would be a little too much.
My good God, guys, references dil chata hai. Okay, come back.
So Educampus was confirmed at 10:28 p.m. And by 11:15 p.m. on the same day, I booked the domain.
Okay.
So that's what
scaring the shit out of me by giving me timings.
But yeah, I mean, it was really anyone got it was a lot of involvement. And names are very close to me somehow. इनिका का नाम भी हमने मतलब बहुत फोर्सफुली 1 महीने के बाद रखा था क्योंकि actually we had to celebrate her first month birthday. So we had to keep it
लड़की Soni.
So we really don't know what, but yeah, finally we found her, and then after that, with Educampus, for me it was very clear that what values are there, what I can offer, and focusing something on that which I can take in for a very long time. So direction आ रहा था दिमाग में, लेकिन क्या होता है ना कि आपका नाम ABC हो और आपको डोमेन DEF मिले तो that does not work.
Correct.
So बहुत सारे नाम थे, मतलब I found 128 names I had finalized, like them, those in the list, but domain available
नहीं था.
This also I did not get .com, I got a .in, which eventually I कुछ तो.
And you said
that is what. So that's where Educampus came in, educational and the north direction. The compass shows the north. So that's where the compass came in.
My God, there is a lot of depth in there. So I realize people who have a lot of depth are people who are skewed towards being perfectionist. Yeah. So how does this streak of yours help you? I mean, is it like a
more than me? It helps my staff and my mates. Because they know that however they do it, I'm going to do it. So there's something else, something easier. But having said that, yes, there's a difficulty when it comes to delegation. Having more people in the team, and I mean, how can somebody do a session like just like me?
Exactly.
So I wish there was something where we progress more in AI or tech, where I can clone myself.
Oh my God,
I would just love it.
Oh my God,
I'm ready to invest whatever you say. But yeah,
all the IT guys, all the coders, developers, please listen. But yeah. So since because since our child was was with you under your guidance is where he is now. So we realized as parents that a lot of times children are not really that clear about what they want to do, and parents are in a different मतलब उनका तो अलग ही कुछ चल रहा होता है पैरल स्टोरी रिजर्विंग की मेरा बच्चा ये बनेगा मेरा बच्चा वो बनेगा. So Educampus इसको किस तरीके से इसकी कि बच्चे को क्या चाहिए और पेरेंट को क्या चाहिए? How does Educampus bridge this gap?
First of all, for everyone, even for students or parents, career is never linear. Okay, how much ever parents expect me to just make a roadmap, it doesn't work that way. Okay, never work for me, and most of it doesn't work. There are a lot of crossroads where you will come in where you will feel that ये तो था, लेकिन now I feel towards this and I want to change. Correct. It could be something totally different also. But when it comes to bringing two parties together, it is about understanding for the student that look, you have this potential, and I feel that you should take this up. Many a times students kind of are hesitant to pick up the difficult right. So they have this
difficult right.
What is actually right for them? But it is difficult. It is difficult. Yeah. So they look at something which is easy. सब लोग कर रहे हैं. And पता नहीं उनको किसने बता दिया कि commerce easy होता है. But everybody wants to take up commerce. Understanding of course the startup and everything. Not that it is not a good choice, but a lot of times it is you are I can see that you have that physics in you. You know, putting things together is your thing. So it's a lot of about research and understanding the student. जो generally एक बार में नहीं होता. There is a lot of reputation important towards looking at the student. आप 10 साल पहले कैसे थे? आपने क्या क्या चीजों में पार्टिसिपेट किया था? कौन से क्लास में आपको मजा आया? कौन से क्लास में मेरे को कुछ नहीं आ रहा? So lot of things is to be understood. And as far as parents is concerned, more often than not they are pretty open. But sometimes they want to have security. And when that is shown to them that look, after this also so many things are possible. After even if the child is dropping this particular subject, so many options are still open. And they are actually. So that's where the
actually you've used a very right word here. Because obviously a parent in the end wants happiness to the child.
Yeah.
बस उसको I think as a parent अपने को यही लगता है कि अगर इसने कुछ ऐसा करियर मूव ले लिया जिसमें he or she will not be able to make the kind of money or be happy, then it's a waste to जाएगा. Why should my child's time go waste?
Correct.
So it's a very strong and a very valid word that you use.
Security. Yeah.
So, but have there been times जहाँ मतलब अंदर तुम्हारे अंदर तुमको ऐसा लग रहा हो कि मैं इस पेरेंट को चमाट ही मार दूं क्योंकि उसको नहीं बनने पड़ रहा है कि इसको इंजीनियर डॉक्टर नहीं बनना है, like but then they are imposing their whatever unfulfilled demands onto the child, and the child is not going to say no. So what happens to Binal Soni?
हाँ ऐसा हुआ है, मतलब बहुत बार होता है, बट एक recent केस था जहाँ पे एक्चुअली केस होके मिला था. The child was a phenomenal achiever. Okay, AIR rank 19.
Wow.
Yeah, in engineering.
Okay.
But the parents said that no.
नहीं करना.
Let's go ahead with the commerce.
What are you saying?
Yeah. So that was definitely a thing where a lot of counselling went towards the parents understanding towards what all engineering can offer. And the background which was there was that इतना नहीं पढ़ा है. It will be difficult to find a group, right? हाँ, तो मैंने भी अलग तरीके से ही उनको बताया कि अगर इतना पढ़ लेगी तो obviously find somebody more better who actually deserves an engineer.
My God, मतलब उनका their only thing was कि शादी.
हाँ, it was just कि bachelor's करना है. So
enough.
Engineering का 4 years. अगर उसमें कुछ और job up लगे तो she'll be more excited to do that thing. उससे अच्छा at least you finish with this. We know you are intelligent. करना है तो CA try कर लो. वो भी हो ही जाएगा उससे. So
क्या बात है?
Yeah. So they definitely push her towards trying it out for science till the 12th grade. कि कर तो देखते हैं. But actually उसे करके दिखा ना. कि हम भी तो कर सकते हैं.
Wow. So as a counselor, when you are dealing with especially two segments. Normally business में क्या होता है? You are a business owner and there is a client.
Yeah.
It's a very clear. तुम्हारा रोल ये है, मेरा रोल ये है, kind of a thing. But in the kind of work that you do, it's like a three. There's an unspoken 3-segment running.
Right.
And sometimes तुम भी hero, parent भी hero है, बच्चा भी hero है. Because movie का सबकी चलेगी. Like triangle. Actually, it's like a love triangle. Yeah. So in situations like this, when you are able to see that the dynamic of the child is stronger, or the dynamic of the parent is stronger, or probably the kind of knowledge that you have, your dynamic is getting stronger. How do you balance this? Because your objective is to get the solution onto the table.
Yeah.
So how do you balance this?
Very nice question. See, when it comes to the trial, right? It is important that everybody is on the same page, right? Also, when I am talking, there is a high need for them, both the parties, to share things.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to make the other party as a villain.
Yes.
So, for student, in case the student is the so-called hero, So it is important for me to actually tell them that it's these guys are going to pay for it. Okay. Also, what are they expecting out of you? As in, what is their need to tell and know? They are just helping me know you better.
Right.
And they have seen you much more than what I have seen you. Right. So let me gather that information also. Having said that, it is important for the student also to understand that which when it comes to like a individual talking with them, it is important for them to because बचपन में आप कह सकते हो आपको कुछ मेमोरी नहीं है उस चीज की. Correct. And that's those things will be able to come in only from the parent. And when it is the other way around, it is about letting the parent just chill, giving them some coffee, nice, letting them calm down.
You actually you go for it.
Yeah. It is important because they come in with like, okay, she's going to listen to me, and so I'm going to be like constantly explaining whatever is not right, and tell them that okay, please make sure that there's more 10,000 problems. There's only one positive thing about the child, where actually it is not. So I always talk to them and then let's focus on what they have, rather than what they don't, right? And making sure that both of them that हम दोनों के goals एक ही हैं. This तरीका अलग है. और भी हाँ दोनों के नजरिया perspective अलग है. But do you realize that sometimes you become like a scapegoat? Because and I must say, children these days are so bloody manipulative. They can really use situations and everything. So, हमारे साथ कभी ऐसे हुआ है where the child wants things to be put across to the parent using you, and obviously the parent using you. Correct. कि भाई इसको बता इसकी औकात नहीं है. So how does that? There was one incident where a child wanted to go for a holiday. Okay, only with the friends, and the child was constantly talking about the same thing. They're not allowing me for this. They're not allowing me for this. Actually,
for this holiday.
For the holiday. Okay. And look, how injustice this is. It's not fair. I'm going to only learn. मेरी दुनिया इधर की उधर हो गई. I'm going to only learn that. So then, it is just about asking, what are you expecting out of me? Is your need to let me tell them from me that hey, इसको जाने दो? So then eventually they're like, yeah, मैं कुछ कर दूँगा. So basically होता है. हाँ, you see it, you acknowledge it, and then that's how you deal with it. हाँ, because जो बता रहा है उस चीज के फायदे वो तो बहुत अलग तरीके से भी हो सकते हैं. It is not only कि गोवा ही जाके होंगे. So yeah, all of those things definitely are there. So when I'm talking to you, what I'm realizing is, and also because of my own experience with you, the kind of counselling that you have, it's very different from the typical those test and whatever fingertips and all of these things that people keep doing. Fingerprint. So that's what people keep doing. So your counselling is more on the emotion. EQ, yeah, aspects. Of course. How and when did you realize that this is you? So what happened is, when you take a test, right? The test is predefined. The questions are there. Out of the choices the student chooses as per their thought about their knowledge about themselves. Because the same question is asked in multiple times in multiple ways, generally we get the right answer through that. But this is a Gen Z which we're talking. Correct. So they have already researched that what kind of questions would be there and how do I get this particular career, what career and what answers I should be giving. Wow. Okay, so they are there, right? So having said that, when I read the test and I start explaining it. That is a very preliminary start, right? When I start explaining that what I have understood from the test about the student. That's why the parents are like, huh? No. And by giving them real life examples. फिर जब ऐसे होता है ना कि बहुत सारी चीजों में contradictory आ रहा है या no हो रहा है, then what we do is we go for an handwriting analysis test. Got that. So उसमें generally it's very difficult to kind of fool. Yeah. So even if you're fooling me, I will know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So matlab if I know that a particular alphabet has to be written in a certain way, you know, so that
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because with which next alphabet it connects. Also, it talks a lot about that because you would know only about one particular alphabet. You would not know 26 into 26 options. What it can interpret.
This is where that anti-brain is coming, you know, 26 into 26.
So those combinations you would know. So that test is definitely taken. Also, I feel that it is more often than not students do realize that ऐसे ये जो काम करते हैं ना वो थोड़े कम होते हैं. But otherwise they do realize how important it is, to be honest. Otherwise पता चला कि जो parents को चाहिए वही हो जाएगा.
Exactly.
So yeah, it makes a difference, of course. And ये मुझे पता है कब जब एक student का मुझे totally like differently आया, totally different. Like the person is so interested in performing arts, and उसका everything was towards science. Oh, so everything I was like, is this
How is this?
Yeah, because very active on stage, loves to kind of dance. 10th board exam के पहले दिन she went to the dance class.
Wow.
Right, कल exam लेकिन she said I'm not skipping. That is just going to be therapeutic for me. So it's something which you really love
so much.
How about making that as a career? Doing that every day. So वो सब चीजें तब मुझे पता चला कि यार ये थोड़ा सा ये बच्चे घुमा रहे हैं.
So with every generation that is coming up, you know, now we have the Gen Alpha, guys are there, millennials are gone. So how is Edu Compass gearing up, you know, to ensure that every generation is taken care of?
See, it's a lot of reading, also a lot of note taking. Picking up random samples. So the sample would not know that I am actually researching on them because there are a lot of questions asked differently on how a millennial thinks, how does a Gen Z thinks, how does a Gen Alpha think. So all of these things are like usually noted down, right? Where it is important to go with the flow, understand what actually these kids are expecting, wanting, thinking. The perspectives are just so amazing. Sometimes I think, wow, maybe it was like that. Right? And that's how we understand about individual kids also. And also we kind of develop a pattern on with so much of data.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is where the computer application background is coming in and like really so.
Yes.
Excellent. So I know we can go on and on. But so tell me, in the Safarnaama of Binal Soni, what is the dream milestone that Binal Soni wants to have?
Wow. See, dream milestone generally when you say no, I feel that so यहाँ इसके बाद थोड़ा सा slow जाना है. तो वो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. Like I want to just continue. You know, I just feel that I should have more and more students where I can help. More than going super international, I want to go deeper in India. Where there's actually there is a difference which I will be able to see, notice, and maybe where people can live joyful careers. That is possible.
Excellent, Binal. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your insights of your Safarnaama on this Safarnaama. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Manisha, for having me here. Thank you.